The Bigfoot of Scunthorpe. People in Scunthorpe like to think they know their town. They know the clang of steelworks at dawn, the way fog settles low over the fields near Ashby, and how the wind smells faintly of iron when it blows in from the Trent. What they didn't know, at least not officially, was that something else walked those fields after dark. The first sighting came from a night shift security guard at the old industrial estate. He swore he saw a shape cross the access road just after midnight, tall, broad, and moving with a heavy, rolling stride. At first he thought it was a prank, some lad in a costume. Then the thing stepped into the glow of the floodlights, and he saw the hair. It wasn't fur like an animal's. It was long and matted, the color of rusted steel, hanging from shoulders wider than a van door. The guard froze. The thing turned its head slowly, yellow eyes catching the light, and let out a low sound, more a rumble than a roar, before disappearing into the darkness toward the fields. By morning, Scunthorpe was laughing about it. Social media named it the Iron Ape. Pub jokes spread faster than the rumors. But then footprints appeared. They were found near the River Ancholm. Deep impressions in the mud, shaped like human feet but far too large. Local dog walkers took photos. Farmers complained of flattened crops. One woman claimed her wheelie bin had been moved halfway down the street overnight, lid neatly replaced, as if by something oddly polite. Tom Calder, a former steelworker, didn't laugh. He'd lived in Scunthorpe all his life and remembered stories his granddad told. Tales of a hairy giant that roamed the fields during wartime blackouts, keeping well away from people but watching the town from afar. "It's always been here," his granddad used to say. "Steel or no steel." One fog-heavy evening, Tom went looking. He followed the old railway lines out past the estates, torch beam cutting weakly through the mist. The air felt thick, charged, like the moments before a storm. That's when he heard the footsteps, slow, deliberate, unmistakably heavy. The Bigfoot stepped into view near a derelict signal box. Up close, it was enormous, well over 7 feet tall, but its face wasn't savage. Its eyes were tired. Ancient. Scars crossed its arms, some old, some newer, as if the changing town had not always been kind to it. "You don't belong here anymore," Tom said quietly, surprising himself. The creature tilted its head. Then, in a voice like gravel sliding down metal, it spoke a single word. "Home." Tom understood. Scunthorpe had grown, swallowed fields, torn down woods, replaced silence with machines. Yet the Bigfoot stayed, adapting, surviving, just like the people who worked the steel. The next morning, reports stopped. No more footprints. No more sightings. Some say the Bigfoot moved north, following the rivers and hedgerows. Others believe it still lives on the edges of town, watching the lights flicker on at dusk. And on quiet nights, when the fog rolls in thick and the steelworks fall silent, some swear they hear heavy footsteps in the distance, steady, patient, circling Scunthorpe like a guardian made of shadow and iron.